hive cluster is under attack.
For the swarm.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today on Deja Vu, it's going to be Sharp versus a Korean player named Timeisgold. So, top right, we got a Terran player here. It is Sharp. Bottom right, it is Timeisgold, which is a true fact, but kind of a little bit of a long name there for me to say the entire cast. I'm just going to call him Time. There was a StarCraft 2 player named Time, but he changed his name to Oliveira and promptly won a premier tournament. Which, again, is weird that it happens in StarCraft, all right? Queen changed his name from Zero to Queen and promptly won 2 premier tournaments. Sorry changed his name to Royal and won an ASL. And Time as well changed his name and won. So, I don't know, man. If you're stuck in playing StarCraft, not winning stuff, change your name and hope for the best. So, let's see what the builds are today. Here on Deja Vu, very standard here. A supply depot out in front. Looks like it's going to be a Rax Expand based on that supply depot here from Sharp. Ooh, Overlord scouting out. What's up, Overlord Terry? Yeah, I know. It's dark. It's kind of depressing. But you do have Vespene Gas to keep you company here, right there. Look at that. A Vespene Geyser, a familiar face in a dark and unforgiving world. Looks like it's going to be a hatch first here from our guy Time. So hatch first versus a Rax Expand opening here. Nothing too interesting, nothing too exciting. And yeah, tap that like button, man. Subscribe. First time here, first time seeing Falcon Paladin on the channel. Kind of surprised by that if you're a StarCraft fan, but hey, new people come to the channel all of the time, so subscribe. There's the hatch first. Trying to get to 78,000 subscribers here on the Red Dimension. I'm also out on Twitch. If you're more of a Twitch person out there too, twitch.tv/Falcon Paladin. Haha. Purple. Ooh, purple. Now, Steve the SCV scouting out, seeing what he's doing, and the answer is he's scouting the right direction. So Terry scouts the right direction. Steve scouts the right direction. Just beautiful scouting from both these players. They're both going extreme macro style, so they can't punish the other player for going macro style because that's not how macro works. Pool on the way. Extractor coming in here too. So, happy 2026 all. Glad you're watching StarCraft in 2026. One heck of a good year for StarCraft. I feel like there are a lot of good things in the future here. So he's still hiding the Overlord, see? Overlord can see them, but they cannot see the Overlord because high ground is awesome that way. Flying is high ground. SCV sees pool not finished yet, says cool. Let's expand. Let's save up, 400 minerals, let's say. Let's say 400 minerals. And get an expansion down. Whack. Sub 3-minute expand for the Terran player. Not a CC first or anything, but still pretty cool. I love this. I am a huge fan of sending Marines across the map. You can kill Overlords, you can kill drones. The Zerg player doesn't want to make Lings right now. The Zerg player wants to make drones, especially with a hatch first opening. He's like, no. I really don't. No bunkers. No bunkers, please. No weird bunker rush off of one Rax Expand here. These drones are ready to go. They're ready to fight. Lings are on the way. Reluctantly, here from Time, he says, absolutely not. I don't want to make Lings. I want to get a fast third against this command center that I pretty much know is there. Well, not quite yet. Doesn't quite know it's there, but doesn't see a second Rax. Got some good information. Layers on the way. So going to be 2 hatch, Muta on the play here. Gas coming in. Pretty fine time for that if you want to get an Academy and get that there stim. There's the Academy timing here at 3:32. So both players doing fine. Both players hitting their metrics, hitting their marks, doing what you got to do to win a game of StarCraft. It's no guarantee, though. You can absolutely have the most perfect first 5 minutes of a StarCraft game you've ever done in your entire life and still lose. Because StarCraft is just that unpredictable. It is just that difficult against somebody as good as Sharp, for example. So again, Time has his work cut out for him here. Let's see if he can keep it up. Keep up the pace. There's the Spire. About a 4-minute, probably a sub 4-minute Spire, wasn't it? I bet it was. Drone heading out for a third, as drones are wont to do with this build. Not all the time. Sometimes Zergs just kind of sit on 2 bases. He wants to know if it's a Spire, but oh no! Sniped him. Sniped him. Good Lings. Get him. No scout for you. Is it a Lurker bust? Is it Mutas? You don't know. Sharp. Third base looking good. Don't fake me out. Don't send this guy down here and not get a third base, sir. Come on, Time. And there it is. All right. So yeah, RJB sent this replay in. You know him. Right? YouTube.com/@RJB_TV. Thousands and thousands of replays sent from him. Also, I got some stuff from Team Liquid from years ago. It's kind of a mishmash of different StarCraft here on this channel. Some of it from patch 1.16 or 1.17 maybe, right? And then the current stuff as well. Oh, Ling, run by! Firebat, defend the homeland, Firebat. Ooh, doesn't kill him. Marine dies. Firebat dies, and Lings go, cool. See ya! Into the main base we go! Two Sunkens at the front. Can it handle this many Marines and medics? Yes, I think it can. This is pretty good from Time. Gets up in there. Nope, good SCV control means not as easy for these Lings to get SCV kills. Again, Marines are squishier than SCVs are. Sunken 1 and 2. Marines dying like crazy here. Medics trying to heal up. Marine damage with Stim is good. Mutas are going to have to defend here too, along with the Sunken, and it's hard. Oh, 2 Sunkens wasn't enough. I was wrong. Lings are still down here fighting SCVs. This little guy's got 2 kills before he gets obliterated. Into the main base, the Marines are thinking about going, no, back into the natural base. It is time to get out of here. The Muta stack is not really enough. Can you one volley down a Marine? That's what you want right here. That Muta comes out and doesn't die. All right, there it is. Now we've got the one volley with the stack on the Marines. They all die. Medics die too. Bring the drones back home. I don't think many drones died. I think maybe 3 or 4 SCVs died for the Terran, and that's it. So both players a little bit crazier of a first 6 minutes than they were hoping for, I think. Didn't want Lings inside your main base if you're sharp, and Time was like, I don't want Marines inside my natural base at all. But they both made it in. Didn't do enough damage to end the game, obviously, because we're still here. Plus wood attack coming in. In addition, Stim's already done. The range upgrade is... Are we waiting on the range upgrade? That might have come through when the attack was happening too. We'll see. We will see. So, Muta stack. What do we got? We got some Mutalisks here. By that I mean there are 7 of them. Well, 6 now as one of them gets wiped out. Trying to kill SCVs as always. If you can get a Terran under 20 SCVs, this stage of the game, sometimes they just quit. Sometimes that's too demoralizing to continue for them. So third base, third gas. Good. All of this is huge for Time. Once again, didn't lose that many drones. He pulled them out of the natural base when the Marines showed up. He kept them safe in the main. He brought them back when it was safe. And I don't think many drones died at all. 28's a good number to have. Here at 7.5 minutes, we get our first scan of the day. It's natural base. Scan. Sees no Sunkens. Sees nothing by way of that. Mutas are getting a +1 flyer, so it's going to be a heavier investment into Mutas than we normally see. But this is 5. This isn't even a full stack of Mutalisks. What's he spending his gas on? Nothing. He's floating 500, 600 gas. He's getting a Queen's Nest. All right, he needs some more supply if he's going to make, 5 or 6 Mutas, because there's only got 4 supply available. 8 Mutas. Bam. Taking turret hits. We are prepared for a lot of Mutas. We have 4 turrets in the natural base. We've got 3 in the main base. We're moving out. Yeah, we got our range upgrade. We're getting our +1 attack now. And high ground, it accounts for Mutalisks too. If Mutas are on high ground and you're shooting them from the low ground, you're going to miss some shots. So high ground ledges matter a lot in StarCraft, even if your units are flying. It's not just a tank thing. Hydroden on the way. Hive could be any time now. Queen's Nest is done. Muta pressuring. Why are we splitting out? Is he worried that there are Valkyries? This is a split out like there's Valkyries somewhere. No. Starport's on the way. We don't have one yet. That was a weird... That is exactly what all Zerg players do when a couple of Valkyries show up. They split the Mutas out so that the Valkyries don't have stacked up Mutas to handle, and I don't know if he saw something or what. Another scan, natural base, Hive, there you go. Hive's on the way now. And Lurker Aspect is here too. So, I don't know, +1's still not done on these guys. That's finally done, all right. That last little bit takes forever to get to. It's still not a full stack. This is still 9 Mutalisks. Hold on. 11. Okay, so full stack is here. Some of these Mutas are going to die immediately, though. Yeah, there's one. Told ya. Told you one of them was going to die immediately. The other one dies, too. I don't know how this happens. I don't know how if you have an injured Mutalisk in your 11 flock of Mutas, that one dies first. Every time. It's not like it can't randomly not get shot. It gets shot and dies at the end. Science facility coming in. double science. What the Ferdurba? What are we double science? Did you forget? Sometimes I do that. I make 2 hydrodens or something. I forget. So there's a radiate. Nice. This guy is doing EMP. You don't need EMP. Not against Zerg unless they're going queens because you're going mech, but you can control that. You're not planning on going mech, are you? Dude, seriously, what is the second science facility for? What is it? It could be energy upgrade, right? For science vessels could be fine, but this early seems weird. Mutas with +1 and no carapace upgrade. Hoofing it around. I think Sharp just built 2 science facilities and forgot. I think he forgot he already had one, but they're so close. Oh, Lurker's high ground in it. Oh. Scarier than Muta's high ground is Lurker's on the high ground. Oh, beautiful. This is really nice control. This is like a 500 APM Zerg player. Who is this? Dunno, but he's doing fine. He's holding it against Sharp. He's hitting all of his notes. Is he getting Adrenal? He's getting Consume. Big fan of Consume. I don't know if he has Adrenal yet, guys. That's my hit or miss. Radiate is done. Science Vessel doesn't have enough energy for an Irradiate. But Zerg player is pressuring and pressuring and pressuring. 3 bases for him. No third base for the Terran. Not yet. Radiate is soon. 4 and 5. Irradiate, go. Got it. Oh, Science Vessel dies for it. The split is pretty horrible. Actually, wow. Whoa! F rank split. Oh, and I think that got all the Lurkers killed too. If he splits off properly and then brings the Mutas in to help the Lurkers, I think the Lurkers survive, but he split so poorly. The Mutas could not be engaged in that at all. And he lost several Mutas he didn't have to lose there. It's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. He failed something easy. He failed at something hard. And the fact that Zerg players succeed at it as often as they do is the impressive thing here. That's what's worth remarking about. Sharp happy about that. Sharp's like, dude, I just killed like 4 Mutas with that Irradiate. Cool stuff. Sloverlord's dying. Nope. Getting out of there with 50 hit points. Nope. Getting chased down. Actually, and killed for sure. Supply blocked is time here. Dude, he's getting a 4th base. Terran is just going 2, 4, 6 racks. Double starport. 3rd CC's on the way now. Working on a +2 attack. Dropships are in play here. Scourge trying to hunt for said dropships. And we got 3 Sunkens and a bunch of Lurkers here. And Irradiate. Oh, that was a better split. That was a good split, too. All right, so he's been practicing his splits. Not that there were a bunch of Mutalisks there because he's not replacing the Mutas that have died. There's your Adrenal. Ooh, and we're getting a Burrow. And Plague. Plague normal. Burrow, a little bit out of the ordinary. I do love Burrow, though. I think more players could stand to use it. Burrowing at expansion locations where enemies want to be is awesome. There's the drop into the main. There was some Scourge at some point. I don't know where they went. These are non-Adrenal Lings, but enough. Enough Lings plus the Lurkers making it happen there. Cool. Guess what? Consume is done as well. So the time of the Marine is over. The Marines may exist, but they're not happy campers, and they're not going to be for a long time. They're going to get plagued. They are going to get Dark Swarmed. They know what's happening. Scourge, good pullback, great pullback. Scourge are faster than Science Vessels, but if you can pull them over Marines, you can save them. Oh, man. More Scourge getting picked out of the sky. Good stuff by Sharp here, seriously. Really impressive. Oh, Physics Lab. I mean, you don't have to... He's Physics Labbing. Ow. And, okay, so maybe at some point he wanted to go Physics Lab upgrade and... Science Vessel Energy add-on. Wait, is that Science Vessel Energy add-on? Yeah. Titan Reactor. Right. That is. So that's why he wanted the second science facility. He knew at some point he'd want to get an add-on and an upgrade, and can't do that at the same time on one science vessel. So obviously you gotta get 2 science facilities, dude. Called it a science vessel again. 3rd base landing, 14 minutes, a little bit late. Drop in at the 4th base. These are cracklings now, though. No. Definitely not. Dropship takes a hit, but keeps on ticking. Takes more than 1 Scourge to take down an entire dropship. He's like, I'll engage with these guys. Nice Plague. I think he caught some of his own Lings there, but Science Vessels got plagued, and that's what always matters. Defiler. Oh, Defiler consumed and walked into his death. Not the best control there from time. But, dude, I mean, guys at 300 APM. Drop in the main. Dark Swarmlings trying to clean that sucker up. Firebat inside the mineral line. 3 Firebats inside the mineral line. How many kills you guys got? 0, 2, 3. All right, I guess. It was a good attempt. It was a nice drop. I'm not going to hate on it. But nice Dark Swarms, good crackling stuff. All as well. Oh, the Scourge attacking a factory! Oh, that's why you float out your factory or your science facility, so the Scourge will attack it and waste themselves on nothing. Once again, Dark Swarmling, how do you deal with drops if you're Zerg this? This is how you do it. Dark Swarmling, maybe a couple lurkers, why not? Really cleaning this up quite capably. I'm sure it's harder than it looks here from time, but it's pretty simple stuff right now. So, Battle Cruiser's on the way. We saw the Fixed Slab. We know what's going on. So, radiating. He consumes a Defiler that got irradiated. Sweet. That's a sick move. I don't know why that doesn't happen more often. Consume the thing that's been irradiated. It's gonna die anyway, except for Ultralisks. Hey, look, it's Ultralisks. Kindness Plating on the way, as any good Zerg commander will do as soon as the Ultra Cavern is done. And Scourge, the control here by Sharp. I don't think he's lost a single dropship or a single Science Vessel to Scourge today. Science Vessels have been plagued, as is evidenced here. But other than that, it's not been that bad of a time. Top left base coming in. Burrowed Wing sees it. This is what I'm talking about. Nice Plague. Oh my gosh. Just caught like 20 Marines and 3 Science Vessels with that Plague. Oh, don't irradiate. That helps the Ultralisks kill your plagued guys. I mean, they were probably dead anyway, but still. Radiated Ultralisk. There we go. Science Vessels getting taken out. If they're plagued, it's a little bit easier for the Scourge to do their job, but still, we give credit where credit is due. Niduses between the bases here. Top left. Oh, Crackling shuts this base down. See? Burrowed Ling. Burrowed Ling. One Ultralisk makes his way up to the 3rd versus a bunker. Stims, gets back in the bunker, kills the Ultralisk. He was previously injured, probably from an irradiate or some other engagement that way. This is a bloodbath. This is a good TVZ, folks. We're not looking at something that's over now. Although, once again, this base getting canceled is pretty bad times for Sharp. He needs a 4th base. Zerg player is on 4. Freelings are free. I think they actually killed a single Marine. So not free, just very cheap. Ultra Speed coming in a little bit later for time than I think it should be coming in because he's had Anabolic Synthesis, or he's had Kindness Plating for a while, which means you can start the speed immediately, but I guess he's just busy doing other stuff. Nice Plague again. Even if you plague a group of Marines, you can't just send one Zergling at them and kill them all. Like, they still have guns. The Plague doesn't affect the guns, folks. So, Speed Ultras, making it happen, Captain. We've got Scourge everywhere. This is a very, very smart Zerg player. I say that, and then this attempt at a 5th base gets entirely shut down. Oh, yeah, not even close. One Lurker, drone down, Lurker down, up the right side, into the natural base. This is an aggressive play. Not my favorite thing to see here is going against the natural. When you're a Ling Ultra player, there's going to be a lot of units coming out, and defense is going to be pretty possible. That's what we're talking about here. So, Sharp, SK turning it to the end right now. Battle Cruiser has arrived. He has 1 kill. I think he might have killed on Ultralisk. I don't know, man. Look, it's big hits on Ultras. Plus, it forces the Zerg player to make things like Scourge and more Defilers. Ooh, again, the Science Vessel control here. A+ from Sharp. Okay, can these guys without medics defend against these Cracklings? The answer is they have a Firebat, so yes. Firebats in bunkers, too. Big fan of a Firebat or 2 inside a bunker against Zerg when they have those Zerglings. Not bad against Zealots either. This Crackling's having a decent time up here. Maybe you want to do something about it? Medics keeping them alive, but the Medic's out of energy. Oh no, Dark Swarm Plague again. Center of the map. Consume, consume, consume product. Consume Zerglings. Replague a thing. I mean, you might as well just cast a thing here. Plague the Science Vessel. Plague the Science Vessel. He did catch a Science Vessel, but most of his Lings there too. I thought they were going to win that fight anyway. Finally, that Ling gets cleared out. 4 bases. Looking good. Time struggling to get a 5th base up. Battle Cruiser trying to deny the 5th base up here at we'll call it a 10 o'clock spot. Can he take it down before it finishes is the question. Center being held quite nicely by the Terran, but a handful of Lings thinking about going top right. Irradiated Ultralisk. Lurker's dead, but Irradiated Ultralisk just gets extra help in dealing with clumped up things like the Marines. Blah, and then he dies. So we are doing Ling Ultra Flooding, ladies and gentlemen. Left side base does get canceled by the BC. These guys are going to die. These guys, again, not a Dark Swarm. The game here is, can you get a Dark Swarm on top of one of these bases of Sharp? And if you can't, you're probably going to lose. That said, I don't know, sometimes there's Larva style, which we've seen on the channel for years now, where you don't bring defilers, you just kind of A-move Lings and Ultras across the map and try to see what you can get done doing it that way. It's less APM intensive. Scourge getting Science Vessels is big! But look at this Marine Ball defending the 3rd base like their life depends on it. Absolutely incredibly brave stand. So, 4 bases for the Zerg, 4 bases for the Terran. You don't have the money to support constantly sending, as we can see right now. It's 128 supply for the Zerg. He's only at 50 workers. He's trying to retake this base. I love the one Scourge being like, come back, Battle Cruiser. We can defeat you. I love this factory that's taken like 15 Scourge hits and is still ticking because they make factories real tough. What's in this bunker? Fire bats are inside this bunker. You know there are fire bats inside that bunker. He pulls the SCVs to repair. He's ready to go. Burrowing there is nice. Zerg doesn't have enough stuff. Plague. Okay, Lurker Spines on plagued units really helps, but fall back. You don't win. The Terran player didn't lose everything there. He just fell back. It was a coordinated retreat. That's what it was. It was statistical likability and a strategic genius move. So, do the Lings at least have... They got 3-2. Okay, once again, no Dark Swarms at this base, but bunker busted. Cracklings on top of stuff, but the Irradiated Ultralisk is killing more of the Cracklings than the Marines did. I want to say, oh, the Ultralisk up here being like, what's up? Get inside the mineral line. Get inside the mineral line. Why are you not attacking anything, you dummy? Oh, Ulysses the Ultralisk, get in there. Yeah, just park in there. No. Park in there. Just park in there. Great. Well, Irradiate wore off. He's alive. And now he's dead. 2 battle cruisers at a time being produced. I have not really done a good job keeping an eye on where the battle cruisers are. Maybe he hasn't made that many of them. Maybe it was just that one before. Now it's 2. We'll try to figure it out. This 3rd base has been a really bad place to work. It is the worst place to work 2026, according to these SCVs who were surveyed. The ones that weren't killed during these attacks. Anyway, just sending it up Marines to handle these guys. Lings and Ultras. Battle Cruisers defending the front door, though. Once again, kind of one-shotting Lings. Doing big hits on Ultralisks. Ultras don't like that. They like stuff that does small hits on them, like Marines do. Oh, every Science Vessel at this base is dead. Dude, this is the scrappiest TVZ I've seen in a while. Zerg barely has enough to actually attack. Terran barely has enough to hold, but he's holding while the attacking is happening. Forcing a liftoff of the 3rd base is huge. Finally getting that base. Oh, double expanding. Uh-oh. Time. Looking good here, folks. Suddenly, he double expands and kills a Terran base simultaneously. And here he is, Ling Ultra flooding like crazy. He's not trying to bring defilers up. I really don't think he is wasting money on defilers. Well, not wasting. Well, there's one. Not wasting, just spending money on defilers that would rather be going to... rather be going to the Ultralisks. And then, yeah, and then the defiler gets irradiated, and just kind of runs off and dies with 187 energy in its... Where do you store energy as a defiler? Beats me. Just is what it is. Once again, Scourge. Ooh, Spore. Scourge. Oh, just enough Scourge to take that BC down. Good ball of Marines. No Ultras at all. No Plague. No Dark Swarm. No Lings. No. You're good, Lings. You're not that good. You know that. Trying to send SCVs up to that third base again. An Ultralisk is there to say, please, you're not allowed here. Go back home to where it is safe. He's just looking out for the best, the best outcome here for those little guys. Free Lings are free, but I don't know. Zerg's got 2,000 minerals. He can afford to kind of sack a couple Lings. He's got the space too, which I didn't really call out. Zerg players casually all of a sudden on 7 bases and 69 drones. Sharp needs to get something done. Sharp needs to get in here and start murdering bases. If he doesn't, this is going to be a slow death for him. Scourge. No. Yeah, this is something. Time is not great at pulling Scourge back when it's obvious they're all just going to die instead of connecting on something they can kill. This is something Soulkey and Soma and, you know, all these other Zerg players are good at doing, is bring the Scourge in. Ooh, this is a nice attack down the right side. Bring the Scourge in. That base is dead. And if there are Marines in the vicinity, pull them back. Save them for another attack. Time just sends them in regardless, and if they die, they die. Again, more Larva style here than anything else. Oh, that's a nice pullback. All right. He knows what he has to do. It's a matter of doing it. Radiated Ultralisk in amongst non-plagued guys. Nice D-Matrix there, but oh, gosh. D-Matrix Marine tanking as much as he can, but is it enough? I don't think it's enough. Oh, man. 2 kills on that guy, but you should count kills from people that died to the irradiate. The poison that you're giving off. You didn't do it. This is the Terrans did it to you, but you're using it to your advantage. Yeah, I think Time is actually going to win this game from here. Once again, I don't think the Battlecruisers did amazing work. They canceled a base at the 10 o'clock. They did force more Scourge out than I think Time was ready to make. It's, you know, fewer Ultralisks because of the Battlecruisers, but still. Yeah, this is just, look at this map. Look at this map. Lings running up into that base would be pretty dicey. Nice D-Matrix. Lings recognizing they're not going to win that fight. Fall back. More Sunkens coming up. Lurkers here too. Spores. I love the static defense at this base. I think it's a smart idea. Keeps the science vessels from getting a little bit too comfortable. Just flying over your base. Maybe a boxer maneuver is discouraged because of the presence of the spore. Again, it's not going crazy with static defense, but it's pretty good. And juked and saved. 1 connection, not 2. Science vessel gets saved there. 145. 78 drones is too many, actually. Time's on 78 drones. Again, not plaguing these dudes, just running cracklings in. Fighting fire bats, fighting D-Matrix, 3-3 Marines, like it's easy. It's not, spoiler alert. Irradiates are good, man. Sharp's science vessel control and number is good. 5 is fine. I'd love to see 8. I'd love to see 10. Like, the games we see Flash win with SK Terran, he's got like 16 science vessels, and every Ultralisk on the map gets irradiated every time they pop out of an egg. It's insane. And I think that's the key to winning with SK Terran, but so many of these other Terran players are not as good as Flash. They can't control 16 science vessels. It's too much of an APM requirement. So they make Battlecruisers instead, which aren't as effective, but it's better than poorly controlling 18 science vessels, I think is the idea. Defiler sniped out. And yeah, this is just sloppy play from the Zerg. He might win anyway just with the sloppy play. Which is really frustrating, I think, for Terrans to watch, right? Like, this Zerg's not even doing the best spellcasting. He's not doing the best Dark Swarms or Plagues. He's just kind of sending Lings and Ultras across the map, and his Defilers are fine. But they're not winning the game for him. Yeah, this is... Send, dude. 140 to 117 supply. Sharp is spending his cash. He is that good. Just like a Dark Swarm up here, maybe. Yeah, there's not a single Firebat in either of those bunkers. 1 Dark Swarm, which again, the game is... Get a Defiler all the way up here and Dark Swarm before it gets intercepted and killed, and no! Intercepted and killed. That's the game. That's what Sharp's trying to do. He's trying to make sure, hey, I can handle Lings and Ultras. What I can't handle is a Dark Swarm and Lings and Ultras up here. Defiler, another Defiler died. How many Defilers have died in this game? 17? 28? I would believe any number. Huge Plague. And how many Science Vessels have died? Oh, he mows through with double irradiated Ultralisk on the Marine Ball. Once again, do not irradiate Ultralisks when your dudes have been plagued nearby. That is the best case scenario for the Ultra. That is what they live to do. Plague, Dark Swarm. I don't know if that helps. You've already been irradiated, guy. What are these Science Vessels doing out here on their own? Oh, dying is what? I guess. So this one's plagued. This one not plagued. Oh, Spore on a plagued Science Vessel. Sad. Always very sad. Is there enough Terran to actually kill this base again? He did it once. He's got a battle cruiser supporting the troops, which is what I like to see. Is when the BC is supporting the troops, but Scourge plus Spore, probably enough to wipe it out unless it runs, and it does. 40 hit points here. I think that's a hold. That is a hold. All right. That's a hold. And that's a GG. Sharp taps out in 30 minutes and 49 seconds. He recognizes, yeah, if I can't kill this base, this is a 7-base Zerg player against my 4 bases. Plus, I just can't handle all of these Lings on the Ultras, and the Plague has been good enough. And I can't adequately defend and kill. I can't be cost efficient enough to handle 78 workers. I guess it's 68 now from time, but it was good enough in the end. Yo. Okay. Well, a lot of fun. What a ridiculous showing there from our guy, Timeisgold. Whoever this dude is. No idea. Like, no idea who this is. I don't know if it's a Smurf. Guy was up to 500 APM for a minute there, so he's got to be somebody with talent. But you can have dudes who can get 500 APM and never actually qualify for an ASL. So this could just be one of those dudes, one of these random Korean Zergs who isn't quite as good with his Scourge control, not quite as good as his Defiler control, but his macro is good enough to beat somebody like Sharp every once in a while in a game like this, and he did. So, wow, scrappy, sloppy victory for the Zerg regardless. 266,000 points to 242,000 in favor of Time. He outproduced the Terran, got outkilled by the Terran, no real surprise. Structures raised 8 to 5, and the resources today was a solid outspend of about 21,000 resources, maybe a little bit less. In 30 minutes, it'll get the job done. Man. All right, that was a lot of fun. That was a fantastic showing of Timeisgold. Kind of reminds me of Asmongold. I don't think it's the same guy, but anyway, thanks for hanging out. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.